Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat datang kembali di channel MGF MMB.
For the vacant belt, which means Islam Makhachev has vacated his lightweight title. Can you tell us why?
Listen, obviously, if Bilal were to win, Islam was never going to fight Bilal, and he's going to stay in the division. But now, Jack win after unbelievable fight Bilal put on, and I think Bilal gained so much fun from this fight, and he'll be back. There's no doubt in my mind. But Islam have beaten everyone in this division. Literally, Dan Hooker, Armand, Charles Oliveira. He's on a 15-fight winning streak. Finished 10 of his last 9 opponents. Is nothing else anybody deserved to go fight for a second title. Islam, and the reason was he wasn't going to do it because Bilal was the champion, right? And in the UFC, it was like, even I was talking to Dana, and he's like, if anybody deserves, Islam can do whatever he wants, and if Islam go up, he's the champion. You have these two guys, Charles Oliveira and Ilya, fighting, and they can fight for the title, but everybody know who's still the champion of this division because he never lost the title, right? Now Islam get to fight end of the year, fight Jack Mandalina, who's a really good fighter. Give credit where all credit due, and I just think Bilal, absolute warrior. He just have a little off night, and I believe he can still beat Jack. It was very close fight, but right now Islam he's gonna go fight for a second title, well deserved. Nobody in the UFC right now in any division doing what Islam Makhachev do. Finishing guys on this level, putting on unbelievable fight, knocking people out with head kicks, just smashing people. And I'm gonna tell you something, he's gonna be a problem for a lot of these guys. And I believe at welterweight, you're gonna get bigger, not depleted, stronger Islam Makhachev. And I believe he's gonna be a problem for the whole division.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I always thought for Islam, he wanted that moment that Daniel Cormier and Amanda Nunes and everyone had the 2 belts over his shoulder when he talked about, getting the second belt. Was that ever discussed where, he could just keep it, or is the reason he's vacating because maybe he's not going to be fighting at lightweight ever again?
He will have the 2 belts on top of his shoulder because he's still the lightweight champion. It doesn't, listen, you have 2 guys fighting. Like when Habib retired as a lightweight champion. You understand? Sure. As a pound for pound number 1 king. Islam is the pound for pound number 1 king. You understand? He never lost his title. You understand? Mm-hmm. And you never know. Maybe Islam. The deal was if Bilal win, Ilya and Islam will fight. That was the deal. And and if Islam can get a chance to fight with title, but there was no conversation. Islam was going to fight Bilal. This was never going to happen. With these guys, brothers. Habib wasn't having it. I wasn't having it. Islam wasn't having it. We would stick to our word. And as you know, all these guys, they stick to their word. And everybody supports Bilal. Everybody supports Bilal. Doesn't matter what anybody want, how much money they want to make. It's just, but the result was different than we thought it was going to be. And now Islam get a chance to fight for the welterweight title. And I believe Islam will be the welterweight champion. And he'll be a double champion, Yeah.
I see some people asking, since Dana announced the news, and you kind of said there, if Bilal had won, he would have fought Ilya. Why didn't he fight Ilya on International Fight Week and then maybe fight Jack, later in the year or something?
Because in a way, listen, if he have to fight Ilya, no problem. He would have fought Ilya. But when Islam go out there and finish Ilya, he was almost 4-1 underdog, a favorite, right? Mm-hmm. People are going to say, and Ilya is a very skilled fighter. I'm not taking anything away from him. He's always, I respect him as a fighter, But, if Islam go there, starch him or beat him, right? The people are going to say he beat a 45-pounder, right? He beat Alexander Volkanovski 2 times. He beat a 45-pounder. You understand? He have nothing to gain at beating Elliott. It's a great big, but he had to. Bilal won. He would have fought Elliott 100%, right?
Yeah.
But in a way, Islam right now chasing legacy, and honestly, the UFC was great. I was last night to the office to probably 4 in the morning, try to get stuff done. The one thing, Islam will fight this year, regardless if Mandalina injured, not injured, hurt. This is the word was given to me by Hunter, by Dana, by everybody. He said, Jamal Hill has got injured. We vacated him. Islam will fight for a title. And these guys give their word is gold to me. They always, whatever they say, they do. And he will fight someone. It can be anybody, but Jack Mandalina is the champion. Congratulations. Islam will fight him. But Jack is not ready. This belt will be Islam will fight for the belt. Not an interim belt, for a real UFC belt.
Yeah. And just before we talk about him at 170, last thing on 155, like Ilya Taporia just put out his little statement saying it's unfortunate that Makhachev ran away. I'm sure if he wins the fight, he'll probably be saying that a lot, that Islam ran from him, all that stuff. What would your response to that be?
When Habib retired, people said Habib ran because he didn't want to go to welterweight, right? Now Islam go to welterweight, they say he ran from a lightweight. You can't win. You understand? I think Elia should be very grateful to Islam. Islam vacated his title, for him to become a champion. I think is an honorable thing to do. The same thing he did, and Islam is not afraid of nobody. And I don't think Elia is afraid of nobody. And I think it's a statement for him to do to make himself feel better, or his team advised him to say that. But it is what it is, man. People can say whatever they want. It's a free country.
Yeah, fair play. And so I guess as far as like when this fight for Islam could happen, we saw the video after Jack won. He's like talking to Hunter and Dana on FaceTime saying, I'd love to, have this fight in Perth. That was kind of a rumor that they might do a pay-per-view there. I guess would that be of interest? I know the last time Islam went to Perth, it maybe wasn't his best experience.
This is too big of a fight to have outside the United States.
Fair.
It might not even happen in Abu Dhabi. It might happen in New York, Las Vegas. This is the UFC decision. But Islam is well taken care of. That's all I'm going to say. He's really happy. He's really excited. And you can, whatever Ilya say, whatever he can do what Islam did, he can talk. But right now we cannot talk. Now it should respect each other, dominate your division like Islam did, and Islam gonna go on. But nobody run from nobody, because if Bilal would have won, these two was fighting 100%. It was a done deal.
Right.
But you can't say you run now. You cloud chasing, right? But listen, people get emotional. Me personally, I wanted to see this fight. It was a very interesting fight. I think Islam was too big, too smart. Islam is the least hitting fighter, getting hit fighters in UFC history.
Yeah.
His defense is impeccable. He's ferocious. But people can say whatever they want. It's okay, no problem.
Yeah. And I mean, for him, like you alluded to it earlier, he's going to be probably much bigger. The weight cut will be easier at 170. Like, is it kind of a good thing that we know this now and he can start building his body towards being a full 170er without any idea of like, maybe I might have to make 155 still in a few weeks if he had to fight?
Let me tell you, Islam is not the type of guy who's going to swing it. Yeah. He's not Kamaru Usman who can fight next week. Like Islam is a very meticulous. He takes his time. The guy haven't eaten sugar for the last 3-4 years. This is how him from Dagestan don't eat sugar. This is crazy. He's a professional. Islam is a professional, and we might see the making of one of the greatest fighters we ever seen. You understand? People can say whatever you want. My opinion is Habib is. If you caught in steroid, cheating, all this kind of stuff, you're not even in a conversation. Like DC said. If Islam go there, win a welterweight title, defend it 2-3 times, he's the greatest of all the time. It's not even a conversation. Next fight he win, He tied Anderson Silva's
I was just
longest
gonna say that.
and after that, he win again. He break Anderson Silva winning streak. And he's not decisioning people. He smashed, all respect to all the greats. Nobody's doing it like Islam doing it. He's stopping pound for pound number one, Alexander Volkanovski. Charles Oliveira. People said he was the best finishers in the UFC. He's beating people on their own game. He knocked out Volkanovski, who's a head kick. He's a striker. Submitted Charles Oliveira, in matter of minutes, right? Yeah. Nobody's doing it at this level. Nobody's doing it.
He's incredible.
And Islam going to be looking for a big fight. Listen, Islam might win. Kamaru Usman might win. One of the biggest fight UFC can make. I know they're friends, but, Kamaru said, Mike Tyson said, "A friend, we have to make money together." You know what I'm saying?
I saw him talk about that.
It is what it is. It is what it is. But you might be witness one of the greatest run in UFC history ever.
Yeah, man. If he can get through some, like if he wins this title and he beats a Sean Brady, Ian Gary, like these type of guys, it'd be remarkable. Yeah.
This team, Habib's team, don't choose opponent. They never did. They never ducked nobody. They always fought. They always fought. It's no ducking. There's no ducking. If you're the number one contender, you will fight this man, right? Yeah. But he's not choosing opponent. But you telling me which one better for Islam's legacy? To go down to fight for a welterweight title, or stay and fight Ilia Topuria? He's number 3, pound for pound, number 3. You understand? For the logic, which one is better, right? But doesn't matter what people say. I've been around this business for a long time. I understand what's a champion supposed to do, what's not champion what to do. And this business is about making money and creating a legacy.